Yo, what's up, guys? Alright, so today I want to have a quick chat with you guys regarding a champion that I feel is still underrated, even though there is so many guides out there about this champion being so OP that he is. He's an uncommon champion, and there's a lot of people that's trying to build him out, but they still feel that this champion is not worthwhile. But I still feel that this champion is probably one of the best champions in the game, even though they are still an uncommon. And take this from someone, as you guys can see, I have a lot of epics, a lot of legendaries, and um, this uncommon still brings a lot to the table. And his name is Armiger, guys. Armiger is such an underrated champion. This guy is just so good, and if you ever struggle with Scarab King and Doomtower, you will be your key to that. So if you guys check, I've built four of him. It's not difficult to build this guy. It's not difficult to book this guy. You get quite a lot of him in the store. As you can see, my number one is maxed with skills. My number two is maxed with skills. Three is also maxed with skills. And as far as I'm aware, I think four is almost done. I just need two more Armigers. I would never recommend you guys invest your rare books into upgrading these skills because as you can see, I got quite a lot of them, and I never used a rare or an epic book, and I will never use a legendary book on an uncommon champion. It's just not worth it at all. Like you guys see, you do get quite a lot of them, so you just need to focus on the marketplace. You're gonna get them here in the marketplace, and when you guys do summon these, just summon 10 at a time. The chances that you are gonna get a Armiger isn't gonna be the highest rating, but out of all of these roles that you're gonna keep on doing, you're gonna get an Armager. Don't use him as food. Start leveling him up, guys. As you see, I've built quite a lot, um, but it's not about how you build him. It's about what you build with him, and it's the destroy set, guys. Destroy on this champion is the reason why Scarab King will never stand a chance against this uncommon. You need a proper reviver, like for instance Soul or Raglan, even Reliquary Tender. She will work 100% fine. As you see, I've not invested anything in her, just slap some gear on her to start building on her. But I use Raglan or Soul most of the times with my Armager comp, and it's always a successful run. As you guys see, both of them are built in destroy and speed. The substats and the stats really does not make a difference. Here is my number one Armiger stats if you guys wanted to see. He's not fast. He's a little bit tanky, but not that tanky. You can get this easily to 3000. His crit rate's under 100. His crit damage is under 100. His accuracy is just above 100. So it's not insane stats with 300 plus accuracy and 300 plus resistance or whatever, this will still work. Even if you look at my second Armager, it's not insanely good stats. It's not legendary godly gear that you need for this to work. Because just doing this will work 100% because it's all about the destroy. Decreases enemy max HP by 40% of damage dealt. So what makes Armiger a really solid champion is because of his skills. Mainly this. Attacks one enemy. Enemy skilled by this skill cannot be revived. Damage based on defense, basically Armiger's defense, and then your enemy max HP, which in this case would be Scarab King. So this, as you guys see, I have built some masteries in him. I did go to the War Master tree. It it works. You don't have to go this route, but it works. As you see, my second Armiger, I'm playing playing a bit around with the masteries, looking at what works. And my number three and four, I haven't even started with the masteries. But as you guys can see here, on the two that we will be showcasing today will be Armiger 1 and 2. Just put some crit rate on him just to get the crit rate a bit higher. You can aim anything from 50% and upwards as a total crit rate, and it will still be a successful run because you're gonna get the healers, you're gonna get the support that you need from either Reliquar Tender or Raglan or Muscreated. Not Muscreated Monster. Look at me. He's just my favorite champion in the game. I love this champion. He's just too good. But even him against the Scarab King, it doesn't work. That's why Armager with a healer like for instance Raglan or Silver Drakes, there's quite a lot of options that you can go with then. So let's get into it. Let's see this run. Let's make it successful. And I've tried this run probably 100 plus times on the previous Doomtower rotation before the new bosses were announced. I reached floor 119 on normal, which is over here, and every time the Scarab King appeared, this run was successful. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you guys on if it's gonna work on hard. I'm not at that stage yet in the game. I'm just a normal Doom Tower completion player. So let's get into it, guys. So as you see, it's the first Scarab King. This run will work with either just running one healer and one Armiger. The run is just gonna take longer. If you run it with one healer and for instance two Armigers, it's gonna be a little bit difficult because you need to have one healer per Armiger that you place. That's why when I'm running it two Armigers with two healers. There's basically gonna be a healer for Armiger 1 and basically a healer for Armiger number 2, and so it continues. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna full auto this run. It is not gonna be the fastest run that you get out there, but it's gonna be a successful run every time. The thing that makes Armager such a great champion is because of the fact that he's extremely easy to book out. He is not that finicky on how you build his gear. You do not have to slap everything defense percentage 6-star legendary gear for instance. You really don't need it. Every time this run will be successful. I will show you guys on why destroy gear works so amazing. You can basically run destroy gear on anybody and this will work. Your how can I say this? So your your target that you would like to reach always in defeating the Scarab King. The only key to that I've seen that works 100% on auto is if you build any champion in destroy gear. I've built Ultimate Gallic out in destroy gear. I'm building my ninja currently in destroy gear. I would just like to see how far I can push destroy to work. So this is how this works, guys. You see Raglan does damage, but it does not take away the shield. Here you will see that as every time one of the Armigers hits, the Scarab King's shield goes down, down, and down. The nice thing is if you do place any healer, for instance, well, not a healer, but a support, for instance, like Miscreated Monster or Bad Alcazar, that basically places the heal buffs on your champion. That's not a good thing, because every time Scarab King will go in with his attack, he steals all that buffs, and his HP will just go back. But as you can see, his shield is going constantly down each time Armiger hits. There it went down again. And as well his HP, as you guys see, he will never be able to regen that amount of health back. So every time you will see they do take quite a lot of hits. It is not as easy as everybody think, oh, it's going to be a 1 minute run and it's going to destroy it. No, this is just a run to make sure that it's 100% successful without having to book out the most strongest legendaries in the game or the best epics in the game for this, because this is what two uncommons are able to do against a Doom Tower boss. This works with the hardest difficulty boss of Scarab in Doomtower normal. Like I said, I haven't tried it on hard yet, so I'm not too sure if it's gonna be successful there each time, but I cannot see how it will not work there. Because at the end of the day, if one of the Armorgers dies, the two healers are there to pick them up. They're not there to do anything else but then to destroy the shield, take away the HP, and as you guys see, it's a successful run. Wasn't the quickest run, it wasn't my best run, but it's still under a 3 minute run. It's successful on floor 20 of Scarab King. And that is what two Armigers is able to do for you guys. So just one last time again, if you do look at their kits, they are not that difficult to build. As you can see, I am playing around on Armiger 4 with different kind of gear, but honestly, this is not worth it to do this because lifesteal is not going to benefit anything from it. I wouldn't use him anywhere in the game with this, but destroy gear, even this, destroy and resilience, it works. Any destroy on this champion will work. It's not godly leveled gear, but it's a successful run each time just because of destroy. And like I said earlier, I am currently busy building ninja in some insanely good destroy gear. I did slap on some divine offense just to get a little bit additional extra attack percentage on this champion because I still feel that this guy, he's a beast, no doubt about it. But for beginner players, look, you can book him out. But if you look at the amount of book costs that this champion takes for a legendary, it's a lot, guys. I'd rather like save up these books and invest them. For instance, if I get a champion like Bad L, this guy is totally worth booking out 10 times more than it is to book out Ninja. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be on who you have available in your arsenal to use. But personally, for me, this seems to be working 100%. This champion is just absolute beast when it comes to destroying anything in Doomtower, any boss. There is nothing that basically stands in his way as of yet. He is the ultimate boss killer in the game currently for me. I have quite a lot of really good legendaries as well, like Xavier and Rae, but unfortunately, they still just don't pack the punch what that Ninja brings in Doom Tower specifically. But guys, like I said, please do not let this Armager go unseen. I still have not maxed out any one of them. It's not necessary to invest tens of millions of silver to get this champion's artifacts maxed out. It's really not worth it. As long as you just slap them in destroy and some speed or any destroy with an additional 2 item slots, it will still be successful. Guys, give this champion a shot. I truly believe he is insane all around the game. Please start investing in him. It's not difficult. Book this guy out. Get his masteries up and running. But play around with it. Don't copy and paste this masteries, guys. Because this might work for me, but it might not work for you. So don't just copy and paste the masteries. Like you guys saw, I am building each individual one in something different to see what this champion is capable of. So once I'm done, maxed out all 4 of these with masteries and booked out all of them, I might be able or might be willing to get all of the gear to the max to honestly truly see what this champion is capable of when everything is maxed out on him. But for now, I'd rather invest my silver somewhere else, like maxing out my Deacon Armstrong, which I'm currently working on, or even just maxing out my Ninja, which I still believe will be a lot more worth it than the Armiger. But Armiger, come on guys, this is a legendary champion and that's an uncommon champion. And that uncommon still brings more to my team than what Ninja, for instance, will, or Xavier, for instance, will, in the sense of when it comes to Scarab King. If you do place any champion, for instance, Miscreated Monster or Ursula in the in your comp, it's gonna be not successful due to the fact that as soon as you place any of these buffs, it even is the same with an unkillable buff. If you place this buff, or for instance the unkillable buff over here, the Scarab King depletes that completely. If Masqueraded Monster is in your team, and you for instance place this continuous heal on and your ally protection on your team, he is going to steal the continuous heal. But that's what makes the destroyer really nice. Even if you do have, for instance, him in your clan boss team against Scarab King, and he does end up stealing your buffs, that is okay because Armager when he depletes the enemy max HP, and every time he does a hit with the destroy on it, it just slurps up his max HP, and after a while he can steal as much buffs as he wants. But his health is never gonna go back to 100%, and the run will still be successful because you're going to beat Armiger without even, well, not Armager. You're gonna beat Scarab King with Armager, but without having to struggle with any other. Oh, I need these legendaries. Oh, I need these uncommons. No, you really don't. All you guys need is Armager. He is an insanely good champion. And I honestly love him for what he brings to the team and how easy it is to book this guy out. I honestly, Spider is an amazing champion. Fire Knight is an okay champion. I wouldn't run him in my main Fire Knight team, but it works. If you put him in Destroy, it works. The same with Spider's Den. If you put it in Destroy, the enemy teams will not be able to regen their health back to where it was due to Destroy gear. Ice Golem, I recommend him a 4. I would never put him in a clan boss team because it's not worth it, honestly. But the rest of the places where you can use him, he's like you guys see with the ratings, which I kind of do agree. Except for faction wars, this champion is amazing in faction due to the fact that he can take a knock, he can be a support, in the sense that it just slurps up damage constantly. So that takes the knock off of your main champions that's there to deal damage. The the bots will always go for the enemy that has the lowest HP. As you guys can see, I'm not building in him a lot of HP just so that they can keep on targeting him, but his defense is pretty high with 2000 plus defense, and I just think that makes him able to take more of a knock. And if he does tend to die, Raglan or Syl is in there, they pop the heal, he's back, and he starts destroying the enemies again. So guys, that's Armiger. So please start investing in this beast of a champion. I would definitely recommend doing it. He is the Scarab King killer. He will help you guys quite a lot. And like I said, it reached me till Doomtower floor 119 on normal on the previous Doomtower rotation. But currently I am working on getting past this Dreadhorn. He's an absolute beast of a champion, and I'm honestly struggling quite a lot to beat him. But there will be a comp in the near future that will destroy him pretty easily. There will be a free to play friendly comp as well. As you guys can see, it's not, I don't have a lot of ancient shards and legendary shards and everything. I don't also have a lot of books and stuff like that. I am not a big spender in this game at all. I'm a mostly free to play player. If you guys do ever want to invest some money in the game, there's two places that's honestly worth investing your money in the game. Number one, get the raid pass. The raid pass, guys, it's amazing. It gives you 70 additional multi battles a day, which is a lot, and 20% XP and silver boost from campaign. Why would you not want that? So if you are willing to spend money on the game, yes, please do not buy offers like this or offers like this. It's not worth it. This definitely is not worth it. You can grind this gear out a lot quicker than it is going to be for you to spend that kind of money. Get the raid pass, guys. 70 additional multi battles. It's totally worth it. And if this still does not satisfy you enough, there's a thing that's called the daily gem pack. Get the daily gem pack. You do get a lot of gems at the end of the day once the month has been completed, like you guys can see over here. And it just brings a lot to the table. If you ever run out of energy, you get your extra 50 gems or 60 gems a day and just slap that on buying some new energy. It will help all around the game with grinding, progression. As you guys see, I am a late game player. I'm farming brutal, but Nightmare, I'm a few stars away, 5 stars to be exact, before I am done with the campaign completely. Um, In my missions, I have two missions left to before I get this beast of a champion Arbiter, and I'm really, really excited. Once I do have her, I'll build her out, max her out, and I'll make a guide on her on how you guys should be able to use her in a free-to-play kind of sense. And if you look at my challenges, I have like just the one challenge left before I'm done with all the challenges in the game as well. Yeah, dungeons as well. Fi at the end of Dragon, I'm on stage 20 for Fire Knight, almost getting to end game for Fire Knight. Spiders then is my weakness, unfortunately. I have not been able to get a comp that will beat stage 19, but I'm working on that. Ice Golem, let's have a look here. Stage 22, we might be able to beat this now. I haven't run Ice Golem in a really long time. And Minotaur's Labyrinth. Guys, this is really, really important. There's a lot of you guys that's starting the game or playing the game for a few months and then you're like, no, I have got 10 level 60 champions that's ready to rock and roll. But then if you go in here, there's no masteries. Your champion's not ready, guys. If you want to have the true power of what your champion is able to knock, get these masteries up and running. As you can see, masteries are done. Masteries are done. He's a new Lego, so I'm working on his masteries. So as of yet, it's not done yet. But my Xavier, masteries are done. Bad Al, masteries. Ninja, masteries. It's the same with all of these big new guys. Ursula, Jenbo, Sierra, I'm working on. She's almost done. Miscreated. Farrakhan the Fat, Deacon Armstrong, all of these champions, guys, if you get these masteries up and running and get it ready, it's going to be insane on your account. The jump between having a champions that has masteries on them and doesn't have masteries on them, it's just it brings your account to the next level. This is my new baby that I am working on. Enough talking about masteries now. But Duck the Pierced, guys, what do you think about him? Like, is honestly, if he's worth building, let me know. If you look at what the ratings are in the game about this champion, he looks like an absolute beast of a champion. So I'm gonna build him. I'm gonna work on his masteries, get his book, get him booked out, see what this champion is all about, and hopefully a short guide will come regarding this champion soon. But stay tuned, guys. I'm going to create a guide on this amazing, amazing support champion. Her name is Ursula. She is just, as you guys see, I will do the ratings today. She is just an absolute insane support everywhere in the game. So I will build a guide on how I've built her, what she is capable of, and why I am giving her a 5-star rating everywhere in the game. That is just how insanely good this champion is. So if you are lucky enough to have her, congratulations, you have got one of the best support champions in the entire game, guys. So stay tuned. I hope this video you guys enjoyed. I hope Armiger brings a lot of power to your teams and progression in your Doomtower, especially when it comes to Scarab King. He's not gonna work that great against any of the other Doomtower bosses. The Destroy Set Bolt is just for Scarab King to get that sucker dead as soon as you can and make it a successful 100% run without having to worry about doing it on manual. But that's it from my side for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll have a new video coming up for you guys shortly.